Thank you for staying with us. I'm just checking out some of your thoughts. Let me just read some of them now that you send in here on Twitter. Yeah. Let me start by reading the one from Shikiru Akinolat, Oromiya 86. He's saying, for me, we should not be too hasty to react on Buhari's visit. We should be concerned about the future. Well, Owoni Bashir Lare says, I should not toe the line of Buhari. He's known as a disciplined person while behavioral corruption strives. All needed is action. Well, thank you for your thoughts. I'll take some of them before the close of the program. But we have Dr. Chima Enaji and Mr. Femi Adesina, the spokesperson of the president, and he's in our Abuja studio. Let me come to you. Some people are asking, why specifically the aides and ministers of former President Goodluck Jonathan? Because we've had a debate about prosecuting and investigating past administration. Why is the president particular about the past administration and the aides to the last president?
Thank you. You will recall that as president-elect, before he got inaugurated, President Buhari had said, even if he was going to investigate anybody, he was not going to go too deep into the past, because that would be a distraction to his government. He's on record as having said that. Now, when he got into office and then he saw all the trails of corruption, money taken out, and these are recoverable monies. What then should he do? He should make an effort to recover them, because it's the Commonwealth of Nigeria. They should not have been taken by individuals. When you hold public office, you hold it in trust. And so if you need to now account for your service, you should be ready to account for it. So it's not a question of witch hunt. It's not a question of probing the Jonathan government. It's just a question of seeing certain trails and following those trails. Those trails are so evident that no responsible government should close its eyes to them.
All right. We're talking about probing the past administrations. Well, is it the past administration or the head of that past administration will be left out in the investigation?
You use the word probe. I didn't use it. But then what we know is that there are evident trails. And whoever that trail eventually leads to, of course, will be called to answer questions.
Including the past president?
I didn't say that. It depends on who the trail leads to.
I mean, one is saying that is it a blanket investigation trail, or is just specifically to the aides of the past leader?
No, the president himself was clear about it. He said some former ministers and government officials.
Oh, interesting.
But when it begins, you never know where it will end. That's the thing.
Is the president taking the investigation to the state, or is just the federal structure alone of the past administration?
You know, the thing about trails is that it can lead anywhere. Wherever it leads to, I'm sure it will be taken there.
All right. Let's quickly go into some other issues, because there's some other issues that a lot of people are asking. It has to do with the issue of appointments made by President Buhari in the past days. A lot of which are from the northern extraction. Why? That of INEC comes also as a surprise, because a lot of people will say that the tenure of the current acting INEC chairman expired a few days ago, and one will be wondering why she was appointed. A lot of people have asked the question that allegations of ethnic favoritism in President Buhari's appointments recently.
Well, we have reacted to that earlier, and what we said bears repetition. President Buhari got a national mandate and is going to exercise that mandate on a national scale. He will exercise that mandate as President of Nigeria and not President of Northern Nigeria. We explained most of those appointments that came earlier were statutory. Some of them were just the next people in rank, And you can't say because this person is from a certain part of the country and he is the next in rank, is the next that qualifies. You now say because of where he or she comes from, then you pass over that person. No. As long as anybody is a Nigerian and he qualifies and statutorily he is the next person for that office, this president is going to approve such appointments.
All
and
right.
then don't forget, how many appointments? They were mentioning 9. And they said of the 9 appointments, there's only one Southerner. There may be up to 500 appointments, if no more. Federal boards are 601. These boards will be filled.
All right,
the cabinet will be filled. So,
just a moment, Mr. Adesina. Let me allow Dr. Inaji to come in. Some of these issues that I've raised with Mr. Adesina, what are your thoughts on them?
Well, starting with the issue of probe or no probe, I think it is important that governance should go on. And in the stride, if there are any untoward things done by anybody, and crime has no time limit, and for the government to say it is only limiting it to the past administration is like unnecessarily overheating the polity. If you want to fight corruption, you don't even need to announce it. Otherwise, corruption will be ready for you. You state an intention to fight, they're already dogging. They start fighting you even before you are able to grapple with any the handle. So the point is that the government must be very careful about public communications so that it does not send wrong signals, even if it was well intended.
So you should do it clandestinely.
Corruption is something you take on as part of your governance.
Surprise.
It's not, there's no war front, there's no corruption standing at Idimota to be fought. Do you understand what I mean? Now, even the person that you think is corrupt or have corruptly enriched himself, you may drag him to court only to find that there's no evidence to take him on. Because somehow a civil servant may be using a Prado Jeep given to him by his father-in-law.
All right. Before we go now, let me allow you, Mr. Adesina, to give us your last word and your last thoughts on this matter. A lot of Nigerians going forward will be expecting action because that's what exactly they are saying. Before corruption, they say, kills Nigeria. How fast is this government going to go in this matter?
The government is going to go as far as necessary. Wherever it needs to get to, it will get there. You spoke about the anti-crime, anti-corruption agency coming alive now. The agencies also respond to the body language of whoever is the president. It's the same officials, the same leadership that were there in the last administration that are still there now. What has changed?
All right.
The body language of the leadership.
Well, we must go now. Thank you so much, Mr. Femi Adesina, for your thoughts on the program, of course. Dr. Chima Naji, many thanks for being sharing your thoughts on the program. Well, kill corruption before it kills Nigeria has been a popular saying since the early part of this year. Analysts and economic experts will argue that corruption has been a pain in the soul of this nation's progress. Billions are lost yearly and flown out of the country. Most of it are stolen funds from the nation's commonwealth. A grave implication on our democratic development since 1999. Some political analysts will argue that a democratic stability will be difficult to attain as long as corruption remains pandemic and unchecked. It's either we begin a sincere journey today to fight corruption hard, or we might just have started another journey into retrogression. It's a fight for everyone. Thank you so much for being such a great company on the program tonight. And on behalf of the team here at the China's television headquarters in Lagos, I'm Sean Wakimbale. Bye for now.